What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com, and welcome back to another one of our Kentucky Derby Top 5 videos as we count down towards the Kentucky Derby. Well, I sit here on December 11th, 2023, with the race being, of course, on the first Saturday in May 2024. And you just laugh when you do these videos at times because so much could change. But we'll see what happens here. We definitely have 5 horses we feel pretty good about. Let's go through them. Number 5, Dornoch, for me once again for the second straight week. And again, I kind of talked about him last week. The Rimson, in some regards, very impressive. To get past at the top of the stretch and kind of actually through the lane was just getting past, and to re-rally and win, that means a lot. I mean, that's very much something you don't see all that often, but you also have to say to yourself, okay, why did it happen? Well, Dornoch was kind of goofy a lot of the stretch. That was part of it. Did Sierra Leone kind of have his head in the game after he passed that horse so easily? He kind of let him get back on him a little bit. It's a little bit of everything. I was very confused by the race. I liked the top 2 runners of the Rimson. I want to see him again. I don't think the book has been written on these horses. That was just one chapter, and it was kind of a chapter, so to speak, that kind of made you go, I want to read more. I'm not sure what's going to happen here with this. We could go one way, it could go the other. But listen, a nice win in the Rimson, made it 2 in a row for Dornoch. He's at number 5 this week. Number 4 is Capi, a horse that ran on Rimson Day, actually. Ran in a maiden special weight. First-time starter for Rick Dutrow, who's back and on fire. And boy, did Capi run extremely well. He absolutely dusted a maiden special weight field at first asking. Race was at 7 furlongs. As far as stretching out in distance, the pedigree says probably going to be okay, at least when we get to these first couple of rounds of Derby preps. And then when you get to the 1.25 miles, listen, I don't care who you're by or who you're bred by or who you're out of. That's tough, man. You just never really know who's really going to handle that classic distance. But the lead up to it, I think Capi will be fine. I think he showed tremendous talent. I've got him at number 4. Number 3 is Nash. Speaking of stretching out and running very well, that was Nash. Last time out at Churchill Downs, stretch out, maiden special weight, going 2 turns, and just looked dominant. Really good effort for Nash. And I think Brad Cox has got a good one with this horse. Only 2 races, was second on debut when sprinting, got beat by a big-time performance, but, came back. Stretching out, looked very good. I think this horse is going to be tough and seems to be progressing. At number 2, we've got Nysos. It's the only Bob Baffert trainee on here, and it's not a knock on Bob Baffert or his horses, but we've seen it now for 2 years when he was not allowed to run there. What happened? His horses, they showed up and didn't run very well, or they kind of just skipped it. They said they were injured and kind of just skipped the race or whatever. It kind of sucks. You just don't really know what's going to happen with him. And now, obviously not allowed there again from the news. So you don't really know how to handle his horses, but I only look at this from a handicapping scenario. I'm not going to get into the politics if he should or shouldn't be there. I don't care. I just have to look at it from a handicapping scenario, and it makes it tough to kind of gauge. Do I want Tim Yakteen? I don't know, do I want another horse of his? I don't really know. So, but Nysos, let's talk about the horse. 2 races, 2 very impressive starts. I mean, he's been really, really good. So Nysos has done nothing wrong. He's checked all the boxes. And to me, Baffert's got a lot of good ones. He clearly looks like the best so far to me, so far being the key phrase there, but I don't know what's going to happen with him, but man, he has a lot of talent. He checks in at number 2 this week. And then finally, kind of the boring one, number 1, Fierceness. He's definitely not boring on the track. 2 of his 3 races have been eye-popping, to say the least, including that huge triple-digit Beyer speed figure win in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. I mean, he's ran 3 times. You can't say he's inconsistent. 1 race was horrible, and then the 2 races were outstanding. So we'll see what happens. Maybe he did have a legit excuse that day in the Champagne when he did not run very well, but his other races have been fantastic. If he runs those type of races, they're going to have a hard time beating him. But like I said, it's December 11th. He could regress. He could stay the same, and other horses jump up to that level by the time we get there. But as of right now, Fierceness, number 1, once again this week. All right, top 5 horses. Number 5, Dornoch. Number 4, Capi. Number 3, Nash. Number 2, Nysos. And the number 1, Fierceness. That'll do it for another week of our Kentucky Derby Top 5. Hit that like button if you like the video. Hit subscribe if you really like it. Want to get alerted anytime we do videos like this. And most importantly, come back next week, because we'll have a new Top 5.